Welcome to our exploration of the 10 errors in personal development philosophy. Let's dive in and uncover some common pitfalls that can hinder our growth. Finding my cognitive errors has been among the things I find most interesting as I study chess. Uncovering my thinking errors is a great approach to improve, since it turns out my brain is not a well-programmed computer when it comes to making chess decisions. I have been considering how to use this for personal growth. If you are trying to build better habits, increase your productivity or fitness, how can you find some obsolete thinking patterns not benefiting you? Here is my effort to highlight some quite typical thought processes I think most people find unsuitable as they work to enhance certain aspects of their life. Read the descriptions of each, please. The section in bold might not be something you know until you read more. 1. Life is too short for me to suffer. I'd also remind myself that quitting smoking was quite difficult and that I hated inflicting pain on myself. Go fine. And sure, when things are difficult, you want to just escape the pain. Always avoiding discomfort will result in a quite constrained existence and undermine all of your significant attempts. Through this hardship, I can develop, and I am strong enough to handle difficult obstacles. I could accomplish this later. Of course, this is true. You may always complete this task or obligation later. Later, you can always find time to pen your book, complete your course, meditate, or exercise. However, this will also hold true later. Later today, you might still say, I can do this tomorrow. The trouble with this mindset is that if you carry it outside this one instance, you will be constantly putting your significant but non-urgent things off. This way of thinking causes the most critical but unpleasant activities in your life to be postponed. This is significant enough to either act right away or schedule time to carry out. Many of us tend to berate ourselves when we fall short of our expectations. This is an error since it discourages us and drives us to avoid effort and instead soothe ourselves with our regular distractions. Learn to treat yourself gently and always presume you're doing your best. Yet, when things don't turn out as you had hoped, there may be some cognitive errors you can find. This is overly difficult or boring. People have said this regarding meditation, study, or challenging work, as well as on exercise. And there is some truth. Such things can be challenging and tedious if we always run away from the challenging, monotonous stuff, though we would greatly constrain ourselves. I have the guts to tackle difficult tasks and the imagination to discover delight in everything. 5. One time won't damage anything. This is what I would respond when trying to quit cigarettes. Just one won't hurt. That's literally true, except of course, it results in more. This applies in every case of addiction or obsession, including compulsive shopping or video game playing, etc. This one fleeting enjoyment pales in comparison to my health, finances, family, or mission. 6. This is excessive. This is the kind of thinking we have that is too much for us when we are swamped by all we have to accomplish. We cannot manage it. Still, we don't really know that. It just seems like too much. I will approach it gradually and discover lovely concentration at every stage. and find what is doable. 7. The results I seek are driving me impatience. Though we usually don't put it this way, many of us act hoping we will finish soon and obtain the required results right away. Want to get fit? In a month, I hope you to be lean and fit. Want to improve your finances? Ideally, we would be there next week. Write a book, study a subject, or declutter. And your hope is that you will reach the end soon and have the great results. But that is not how advancement works. It is slow and time-consuming. I'm going to concentrate on appreciating the journey. The outcomes will follow at their natural pace. 8. I am excessively busy. I have so much else to do that I can't engage in these important activities. This is comparable to the "I can do this later" blunder. We are always busy. The busyness doesn't stop. When will you start this significant work then? I schedule time for things that are important to me. 9. This is all I wish to have over. Like the impatient to get results. While we are exercising, meditating, writing, we want to be done already and are anxious to go on to the next thing. Naturally, we will be eager to be finished with the next item we come across. Everything we do follows this getting it over with philosophy. It transforms life into a hamster wheel of unending, monotonous chores we would want to be done with. In everything I undertake, I am here and totally committed. 10. I feel behind on everything. This is another way of saying it's too much. We feel like we are struggling to keep our head above water, but failing. But from where does this concept of behind on things originate? Usually, it's our own expectations. That we be on top of everything, that our to-do list be emptied, that everything is in order and not a mess. Things don't work that way. Life is complicated. I am constantly exactly where I should be. Here is where my greatest education finds itself. Which of these cognitive errors do you frequently commit? Which ones are inhibiting your progress? Searching for these and attempting to identify them in action can be a great boost. Then, to try to approach them differently and explore what is feasible.